chicken plow. You tell me what else is on the menu, please, sir, for today.
This is the teeny tiny blaster. It's a blaster. It's teeny tiny. So, it was a success. It only has one flaw. You can just see it. Right there, That's the one flaw in the teeny tiny blaster. It's solid state. So it sounds like an LM386 because it is. We want to make one that's tubes because tube amps are just so much cooler than solid state. Of course, sub-miniature tubes will actually fit. It would be physically possible to make an amp this size operate with tubes like these, and we're not going to do that in this video. You'll eventually see us do it. In the meantime, we're going to use these tubes. If you'd like to skip all the technical stuff, then just skip to this timestamp, and you can just look at the finished amp. And if you don't want to do that, then on to the technical shit. Piece together this chassis out of the cutoff end of the power supply that we made the fully custom orange juice flavored potato peel shaped goat skin covered vacuum tube guitar amp out of. And this will be just big enough to accommodate 2 pots, 1 input jack, an audio output transformer, and 2 vacuum tubes. This is the schematic we intend to use to build the amp, using a 12FX5 and a 12AX7. This transformer has a primary resistance of 3,800 ohms and the 2 taps on its primary coil, giving you 3 possible ways you could hook it up. The lowest turn ratio you can get is 17:1, which would turn a 8 ohm speaker into a 2312 ohm speaker. And the primary resistance at that tap is 1580 ohms, which gives us 3892 ohms of impedance, which seems like it would be perfect for the tube since it wants 3000 ohms, but it actually sounds much better if you tap it over here on the 20:1 turn ratio, which is 3200 ohms of reactance and 2220 ohms of resistance for an impedance of 5420 ohms. I now present to you ground loop oscillation. And when all of that one phantasmic work is done, you can fucking whistle for your $200.
Down here in hell, watch the spit road slowly turn. There's nothing left for you to learn. Just throw them on and watch them burn. Down here here in hell. The Baxter twins, they've got blood on their grins, 'cause they ate the innards and they dressed in their skins. And old Father Wren, he's got a taste for young men. He loves them and loves them again and again. Now Satan doesn't want you sad. He gives you the things you never had. He aids the twisted and feeds the bad. Down here in hell, anything you want, just come to me. Everything here is free, you see, as long as you steal it mercilessly. Down here in hell, and watch the spit roll slowly turn. There's nothing left for you to learn. Throw 'em on and watch them burn. Down here in hell, and Mad Mrs. Cooper, she swears like a trooper. Beat her husband with a brick in a dirty drunken stupor. Shake hands and stick your fingers, John. He jerked for hours and hours long. He never ever had a wife, and so he beat away all his life. And old Father Wren, he's got a taste for young men. He loves them and plugs them again and again. Twins got blood on their grins. They ate the innards and they dressed in the skins. The skeleton crew, they're all here too. Not one of them guess that they didn't say that prayers. Skeleton crew, they're all here too. Not one of them cares they didn't say their prayers.
Well, what if this one is full and that's empty? See? Full. Right on, dude. Let's do it. Oh, shit.
On three.
One,
1, 2, 3.
Sorry, that didn't really help.
1, 2, 3.
Cool.
All red.
He really is good with them. Yeah, he really is. He doesn't have an ulterior motive, you know.
That's the amp head completed. That's how it all turned out. It's looking pretty Tetris-y in there. This is not going to be any fun to do any form of a repair job on. Luckily, we don't have to because it works exactly like it's supposed to. Now we get to build the cabinet.
Ricky, what the fuck are you doing? You're supposed to be down at the rig a half hour ago, landing in the kids. The plants need food, man.
Ricky, why do you got frozen hot dogs on your unit?
I can't move, boys. Fucking something wrong with my nuts are fucking killing me.
You jacked off too soon, didn't you?
Didn't ya?
We cranked it, you know we cranked it. How long did you fucking wait, Ricky?
Almost 2 days.
2 days. 2 fucking days. Sam said 2 weeks.
Now we have a wooden box with some JB Weld and some orange juice stuck all over it. A couple of holes drilled in it. And for the B+, we'll be using this step-up orange juice transformer that makes any voltage you want up to 800 volts out of 12 volts. I painted half the circuit board black, along with the piece of metal that's meant to cover it. The part that you might see some of on the back panel, the little panel that the speaker's going onto, and the inside of the box. I've attached some grill cloth to the little speaker panel using super glue, and that turned out looking good enough. That looks pretty good. That's the super glue. That's how I did that. It's not bad. It's all good. Homie G-Dog skillet biscuit with eggs and bacon on the orange juice casserole. And that's the teeny tube blaster, not to be confused with the teeny tiny blaster. Or the teeny tiny tube blaster, which isn't here because it doesn't exist yet at the filming of this video. It's pretty nice. I'm happy with it. Turned out pretty good. I don't have any feet on it because I have no idea what to use for feet, but otherwise that's how the bottom looks. There's not much to talk about that wasn't already talked about in the section that was skipped because it was boring. How about an audio demonstration then? orange juice casserole. So what's good and what's bad about this amp? It's good because it's tiny, it's tubes. It's actually really good sounding. It's got a great sound. But it doesn't have that much gain. It has about as much gain as like a Fender Champ. So you're not going to get your overdrive unless you got some kind of a preamp pedal. Using just this guy, as the amp is less, it just needs one more stage of gain. But it ain't got it. Also, it runs a little bit too hot. A little audio transformer there with its little 2000 ohms of resistance. Well, it causes the head to run a little too hot. After half an hour, it hits temperatures around 140 degrees sometimes. And that has actually caused the failure of the tone control pot already. It was one of these, and it's been replaced with one of these. It hasn't failed yet. Not really built for longevity, huh? But it's cool as hell, so we'll take it. That's okay. It's self-contained. It runs on 12 volts. You're running off of a cigarette lighter or whatever other thing that you get 12 volts from. And pretty cool. Now be sure and go watch a David Firth video. If you ain't never heard of David Firth, that's a good reason to stop what you're doing and type it in. It's spelled F-I-R-T-H. David Firth. Go watch something.